Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Study at Ease. I hope everyone is safe. So today we are going to do a chapter from CBSE Grade 10 textbook. The chapter is Polynomials. So what is a polynomial? A polynomial is an algebraic expression made up of two or more terms. Now let us go through some of the common terms associated with polynomials. First one, degree of a polynomial. The degree of a polynomial is the highest degree of any of the terms in the given polynomial. Let us take an example and see how to find the degree of a polynomial. So, let's take p of x is equal to 4x plus 2. Now, if you see here, you can see that the power of x is 1. So, which means the degree of the polynomial 4x plus 2 is 1. Let us look at another example. P of u is equal to 7u to the power 6 minus 3u to the power 4 plus u minus 8. Now, in this, we can see that u has a power 6. So, the degree of this polynomial P of u is 6. What is a linear polynomial? A polynomial of degree 1 is called as a linear polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. A polynomial of degree 2 is called as a quadratic polynomial. Zeros of the polynomial. The zero of a polynomial is defined as any real value of x for which the value of the polynomial becomes 0. Relationship between the zeros and the coefficients of a polynomial. In the case of a linear polynomial, we know that the zero of ax plus b is, we're going to find the zero, so we equate ax plus b equal to 0. So, on taking b to the other side, we get ax is equal to minus b and x is equal to minus b over a. In the case of a quadratic polynomial, let's take an example and discover what is the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. So, I'm taking the example p of x is equal to 3x squared plus 5x minus 2. On applying the splitting the middle term, so I'll show you how I'm doing it. Okay. After I draw these lines, I'm going to write on the top the product of the coefficients a and c. So in this case, it is 3 multiplied by minus 2, which is minus 6. And on the bottom, I'm going to write the sum term, which is 5. Now, in the middle, you can see that there are two vacant places. In those two vacant places, I'm supposed to write two numbers whose combinations are going to give me the numbers minus 6 and 5. So, when I multiply those numbers, I must get minus 6. And when I add those numbers, I must get plus 5. Now, in order to get product 6, we can do 1 multiplied by 6, 2 multiplied by 3. So, let's try the two combinations. When I do 6 multiplied by minus 1, I get minus 6. At the same time, 6 plus minus 1 will give me plus 5. So, 6 and minus 1 are those two numbers. Now I'll show you how to write them in the equation. That is, p of x is equal to 3x squared plus 6x minus x minus 2. So what did I do here? In the place of 5x, I have written it as 6x minus x. Okay, the next step is that I'm going to take out the common terms. So, from the first two terms, I take 3x outside. So, it becomes 3x multiplied by x plus 2 minus 1, again, bracket open, x plus 2. So, you can see that x plus 2 is a common term. Let's take the x plus 2 common. So, it becomes 3x minus 1 and x plus 2. So, in the quadratic polynomial p of x, we got that its factors are 3x minus 1 and x plus 2. Now let us see how to get the zeros. So in order to get the zeros, let us equate the two factors to 0. So it becomes 3x minus 1 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 1 over 3. The other one is x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2. So the two zeros are 1 over 3 and minus 2.
So, in order to find the relation between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial, let us consider the sum of the zeros. Here, the sum of the zeros is 1 over 3 plus minus 2, which is minus 5 over 3. Now, when we look at the question, we can see that 5 is the coefficient of x, which is b, and 3 is the coefficient of x squared, which is a. So in other words, we can say that the sum of the zeros is equal to minus b over a. Now, let us take the product of the zeros. As we take the product of the zeros, we can see that it is 1 over 3 multiplied by minus 2, which is minus 2 over 3. Now, minus 2 is a constant in the given question, and 3, as we mentioned earlier, it is a coefficient of x squared, which is a. So, in other words, we can say that product of the zeros is equal to c over a. So we can conclude by saying that if alpha and beta are the zeros, then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a, and alpha beta is equal to c over a.
Let us do the question. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. This question is taken from the NCERT Grade 10, Chapter 2, Exercise 2.2. Now let's see how to solve this question. So here the question is p of x is equal to x squared minus 2x minus 8. So I'm going to find the factors first by using the method of splitting the middle term. So I'm writing here, I'm drawing the four lines and I'm writing the product on the top, which is minus 8, and the sum on the bottom, which is minus 2. Now in the middle, I have to find two numbers whose combination is going to give me a product minus 8 and the sum minus 2. So 1 times 8 is 8, but it is not giving me the sum minus 2. Now I have 2 and 4. So if I take minus 4 and plus 2, minus 4 multiplied by 2, I'll get minus 8, and minus 4 plus 2 is going to give me minus 2. So here I have found the factors as minus 4 and 2. Now let us put it back into the given question p of x. So we are going to write it as x squared minus 4x plus 2x minus 8. Now from that, let us take the common term out. I'm taking x outside, so it becomes x multiplied by x minus 4 plus 2 multiplied by x minus 4. Now we can see that x minus 4 is a common term. So we're going to write it again as x plus 2 multiplied by x minus 4. We got the two factors. Now from the factors, how do we find the zeros? Now, in order to find the zeros, we are going to equate the factors to 0. So it becomes x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to minus 2, and x minus 4 is equal to 0, which is x is equal to 4. So the two zeros are x is equal to minus 2 and 4. So now we're going to verify the answer. So how do we do the verification? We know that sum is equal to alpha plus beta, which is minus 2 plus 4. So it gives the answer 2. Now this 2 should be equal to minus b over a. Let us see if it is equal to minus b over a. So minus b over a is equal to minus of minus 2 divided by 1, which is equal to 2. So we verified that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b over a. Now let us verify the product. The product of the zeros, that is alpha beta, which is equal to minus 2 multiplied by 4. So we got minus 8. Now let us see what is c over a. Now c over a is equal to minus 8 divided by 1, which is equal to minus 8. So we have verified that the product alpha beta is also equal to c over a. So hence we have verified that the answer is correct. Let us look at the second question. Find the zeros of the following quadratic polynomial and verify the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient. Again, this question is taken from NCERT Grade 10, Chapter 2, Exercise 2.2. Let us consider a question. So the question is, p of x is equal to t squared minus 15. Now t squared minus 15, let us recall one of the identity that we have learned earlier. And what is it? A square minus b square is equal to a plus b multiplied by a minus b. So we can apply the identity onto p of x. So it becomes p of x is equal to t plus root 15 multiplied by t minus root 15. So what are the zeros? We got two factors. Now the next step is to find the zeros. So t plus root 15 is equal to 0. So t is equal to minus root 15. And the other root is t minus root 15 is equal to 0. So t is equal to root 15. So the two zeros are plus or minus root 15. In order to verify, let us take the sum of the two zeros, that is alpha plus beta, which is equal to minus root 15 plus root 15 is equal to 0. So alpha plus beta should be equal to minus b over a. As you see in the question, we do not have a b term, so it is equal to 0. The product of the zeros, that is alpha beta, is equal to minus root 15 multiplied by plus root 15. So it becomes minus 15. Now let us look at the question again. P of x is equal to t square minus 15. So here c is minus 15. So c over a is equal to minus 15 over 1. So that is also verified. Hence we can say that this question is verified. Let us do another question. The question says that find the quadratic polynomial, each with the given numbers as the sum and product of its zeros respectively. So in this question, the sum is taken as minus 3 and the product is taken as 2. So sum means alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3 and alpha beta is equal to 2. So alpha plus beta is equal to minus 3. So we know that sum of the zeros is equal to minus b over a. So we can say b is equal to 3 and a is equal to 1. Now let's have a look at the product. The product of the zeros is 2. So product of the zeros is equal to c over a. So in this case, alpha beta is equal to 2. So c is equal to 2 and a is equal to 1. Now we have got the coefficients of the quadratic polynomial. Now let us see how to write it in the form of a quadratic polynomial. So p of x is equal to x squared plus 3x plus 2. So that's all for today. I hope today's topic is clear to you. If you have any doubts or you want me to explain any topic, please feel free to comment below. If you like my classes, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Bye. See you in the next class.